Well. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to Locker Talk as you'll hear about NFL stars of tomorrow today. I'm your host, Barry Barnes, founder and CEO of Locker-Report.com. And you guys, please follow me on any one of my social handles. On Twitter at Locker_Reports, Instagram, Lock Report 100, all small caps. On Facebook, LockReport.com, and the Locker Talk podcast is on Facebook. And make sure you guys subscribe. Subscribe to the Locker Talk podcast on YouTube. And you guys also can catch me on Friday mornings, 9 a.m. on the Bachelor News Radio Network. Now, the NFL season is rocking and rolling. Ran into some stumbling blocks with the COVID-19, but however, that brain trust that's up there in New York with the NFL football operations, I tell you, the brain trust up there is like NASA. These guys are always going to figure it out, doing a great job and getting the season through this crisis that this nation is going through. So kudos to you guys in the NFL front office. You guys doing a fantastic job. Now, Week 13 of the NFL was a great weekend. I would say that the players from the NFL Regional Combine had covered everything from good plays, solid plays, special team plays. They did it all this past week in Week 13. And we're going to jump right into the excellence of the plays from the players that journeyed through the NFL Regional Combine platform. And I'm going to start with this. But before we start with the good stuff that happened with the NFL Regional Combine and with their pioneers. And I don't like to talk about the negative stuff, but that was one of the things that happened in Week 13 with one of the guys who I'm really high on, and that's talking about Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Mike Brown. Now, Mike Brown is still trying to find his place with the Cincinnati Bengals, doing a good job this season, but he did have two brain, farts, I want to say, in Week 13, where you see here on two punt situations where he ran down the field, the players were unprotected, and Mike Brown just destroyed them. I mean, he really hit them. This is not something that the league wants. This is something that we're trying to remove from the game of football. And Mike Brown is a lot smarter than this. You're a talented player. You're in the NFL. You're doing great things. Under the radar, a lot of people don't know about, but we recognize it here because you're one of the regional combine players there. That is something that the game don't need. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. And let's move forward. And let's see what you're going to do in Week 14 with the NFL. Now, with that being said, we had to clean that part up, just to acknowledge what happened, but also just to get things cleared out that Mike Thomas is not by any means a dirty player. He is a skilled player, young wide receiver that's going to do some great things eventually in this league. So I just want to clear that part up. Now, in the NFL, when it comes down to the regional combine players, there's certain things that just does not happen all the time, which makes this sort of a big deal. When the Minnesota Vikings last week, when they played the Jacksonville Jaguars, that was something that happened. That game was fantastic. We had two teammates on the same team scored the touchdown. Now, this is the first time since last year where two NFL Regional Combine players who were teammates had scored a touchdown in a single game. The last players that did it, along with Minnesota Vikings fullback C.J. Ham and wide receiver Adam Thielen, was actually C.J. Ham and Adam Thielen. They did it last year in Week 7 when they had faced the Detroit Lions. And in this matchup, they had a solid game. They started off, and this game was actually really contested, really strong by the Jaguars, which is not a surprise. That's something that the Jacksonville Jaguars do. They always play hard. They always play tough. And in this matchup, we'll jump right into the first score in this game that had happened for the NFL Regional Combine players. Started with Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen caught this nice touchdown pass, therefore for 3 yards in the third quarter, where we see that Kirk Cousins took the ball from snap, looked down the field, checked off, and then we saw how he saw Adam Thielen in the back part of the end zone, and he just simply tossed the ball right into the back, and that's when Adam Thielen came down with an easy touchdown. That was a great play from Kirk Cousins, recognizing his top receiver on the team and for an easy touchdown to get on the board quickly for the team. Now, also in that matchup, this happened. This part happened with C.J. Ham in the third quarter. C.J. Ham, the Vikings was lined up on the Jacksonville Jaguars 12-yard line. That's when we see Kirk Cousins receive the ball for a snap, quickly look into the end zone, and then that's when he's seeing Ham in the flat, threw a quick toss to him, and that's when you see Ham took it from there, running towards the sideline, and he just powers his way right into the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Now, Adam Thielen have 12 touchdowns in the season. So Ham, he need to catch 11 more to at least tie him. but we know that's not going to happen. C.J. Ham is a credible fullback. Both players are Pro Bowlers, and last year, like I said, they did it against the Detroit Lions in Week 7, where we see how almost the same look that Ham had in this game against the Jaguars, how he was able to catch the pass in the flat, coming from out the backfield to get his first NFL touchdown for his career in that matchup. But in that matchup also, in the first quarter, Adam Thielen was hot coming to the season, where he was already a two-time Pro Bowler, two-time All-Pro with the second team, and he was off to a fast start last season until he caught this fantastic pass in the back part of the end zone. Solid catch, solid play. But that play there, Adam, I believe, had hurt his hamstring, and that kind of hampered his opportunity to go to the Pro Bowl for the third straight year. However, both players are Pro Bowlers. The way how the game is set up for this year, they won't be able to play in the Pro Bowl. But I really believe that both these players are definitely on the radar and making a trip, or better yet, getting that extra brand or extra stamp on their career of being Pro Bowlers. So kudos to C.J. Ham, Adam Thielen, players from the Regional Combine, teammates that both scored in a single game. And these guys did it twice. So that's great. Now, Cody Davis. Okay, I know you probably don't know who Cody Davis is. Cody Davis, let me educate you. Cody Davis is a safety for the New England Patriots. Now, he spent most of his career in the NFL when he was with the Los Angeles Rams, when he came through the process of the Regional Combine in 2013. So he was with those guys from Jarvis' career. The previous 2 seasons, however, he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This year, he signed with the New England Patriots for 1 year. Now, Cody is sort of a game show star. He did make an appearance on The Price is Right in this one particular game called Punch a Bunch. So he get up there, get introduced to Drew Carey, and Drew Carey asked him this simple question, and this was the response of Cody Davis. Well, my friend, you don't play a little football. You play a lot of football. You is one of those players in the league that helped made this process with the NFL Regional Combine what it is today. One of the players that came through the process and is being very successful in the league. And the thing about that particular game on Price is Right, when he had Punch a Bunch, he did have a great punch in Week 13 going against the Los Angeles Chargers. And we'll see here with 3 seconds left in the first half, right before they were going to halftime, you see the Chargers line up for a field goal. Clean snap. Everything was perfect on the Chargers' part. Quick snap, boom, the ball was there, and here it comes. And also, here comes Cody Davis, coming from off his right-hand side, how he hop-stepped through the gap, outstretched with both his hands, and blocked that field goal. Blocked the field goal, veteran safety, picked the ball up. McCourty take the ball down the field. He actually got the ball right before Davis, because Davis was lined up to make sure he was going to go and get that ball himself and take it down the field. But great job for Cody Davis to be able there to block that field goal to help keep the Chargers shut out in that game, where the New England Patriots had a fantastic defensive display and offensive display against the Chargers. So that was a good game. Cody Davis contribute to that shutout in a solid game in that matchup. Cody Davis right now has 6 tackles on the season. Very savvy, very smart, truly a Patriot guy. I believe that he's going to be there probably a little longer right after his contract ends this year. Now, like I tell you guys over and over, get used to hearing this combo. Rodgers to Tonyan. Talk about Robert Tonyan, tight end for the Green Bay Packers. Robert Tonyan did it again. Caught another touchdown pass, his 8th touchdown reception this season, where he caught a 25-yard touchdown pass from the one and only Aaron Rodgers. So he always finds himself to get into the end zone. However, that's not his strongest suit. I would say, yes, he can score. He's a scoring machine. And he looks like he's going to get into double digits in touchdowns. Have a fantastic year, putting himself in a situation where he's one of those tight ends that you definitely have to account for, and on his way of being known league-wide as one of the better tight ends in this league, which is great. But Robert does all the little things right. You see here how he was in the end zone, how the Packers was deep in the end zone, how Robert Tonyan just sealed off the edge to set up a block. Then we see here with another block down the field how he had to set up a good block for the running back, to the ball carrier, to get to the edge to make a big play. And then we see it again with this big run that Aaron Jones had, how he was one of the first blockers to get out there to help allow Jones to get out into the gap and take the ball down the field. Robert does all the little things right. Not too many tight ends can block as well as he does, and for him to be complete across the board, even on a line, as a protector, as a blocker, the ultimate teammate. So when we see Aaron Rodgers making sure that he get rewarded with touchdown passes, trust me, he's earned it for the past couple of years, being there, waiting for his time, sitting behind Jimmy Graham. Now Jimmy Graham is no longer with the Packers. Robert Tonyan is their tight end for the long haul. Great game for Robert Tonyan, as usual, for these guys as they did their thing in Week 13. Make sure you guys continue to follow this channel. Make sure you guys subscribe to Locker Talk. We're doing things. We're talking about things in the NFL that you will not hear anywhere else. Great stuff. If you love football, you will love this channel. I'm Barry Barnes, founder and CEO of Locker-Report.com. Make sure you guys continue to follow me on all my social handles, on Twitter at Locker_Reports, Instagram, Locker Report 100, all small caps, on Facebook, LockerReport.com, and also the Locker Talk podcast on Facebook. And definitely click this show, favor this channel, subscribe to us on YouTube, and also you catch me on Friday mornings on the Bachelor News Radio Network. Everyone stay blessed. We talk to you soon. And now we got to get ready for Week 14 of the NFL. Talk to you.